What is food insecurity?
Food insecurity is a term used to describe or communicate or social situation that provide residents of the affected area from having orderly access to supply and nutritively use safe and sustained food. If this situation is not recommendedly addressed, it can result in serious health issues. Children, lacting moms, the elderly, and people with disabilities who require special care for a healthy life are the groups most affected by this circumstance. Created income, employment, and provided maybe to potential contributors of these issues.
Question number 2. Are food insecurity and hunger the same thing? From the word hunger and food insecurity, those words seem the same, but if you studied well, you will know that hunger and food insecurity mean different things. Hunger is an individual level psychological condition that may result from food insecurity. Example in hunger. Me as a student, there are many things that need to be paid such as a project, module, especially at the tuition. As a student, I prioritize paying the tuition than the food. I can buy, but something has to come first. Food insecurity refers to a lack of access to enough good, healthy, and culturally appropriate food. Example of food insecurity is the opposite of hunger even if you want to buy food first but you don't have enough money for it.
How has COVID 19 contributed to food insecurity? When COVID 19 was at its height, many people were scared and did panic buying because of what they say was a lockdown. So they ran out of goods. Because when COVID 19 started, the government implemented many protocols for the safety of people. Also, due to COVID-19, the hidden food supplies are exposed because the goods are running out and people are willing to buy them even at expensive or high prices. Supply chain disruption due to COVID-19 and increased consumers' demand for a drastically raised food prices across the globe, increasing the severity of food insecurity for the 811 million people around the world who go to bed hungry every night.
What are the some Operation Blessings program targeted at battling food security? Some of these Operation Blessing program are the prevention of hunger belief to the poor and choose that cannot eat properly in a day and stormy ideas is conducting feeding program in a various place including the school and barangay for the malnourished or then people because of underweight for the age and weight and all people who need a food because they lack or do not have enough of it, conducting different food in parties that help each other, so that they have a supply to food for their daily life free in beverage that goes around in the different place, especially for the children who lack protein and nutrients. We know that there are the people who are there donate and volunteer to give or bring aid to ideas experiencing food insecurity And just and just for example that with the help of GMA Foundation and EBS-CBN, it is a convey to the people who are really in needs. It seems that they were the way of immediately take action on the problem in ideas is the suffering or experience of reverse disaster.
How does climate change affect farming? How will be the farming and food security in the future under the climate change condition? Example, climate change affect farming through changing weather, increase in temperature, which can cause the plants to die because the climate change is not right equal or suitable for our plants. In this condition, there will be an insufficient or lack of supply of the food that can be an obstacle to our food security. It affects a lot because farming is very important to us. It is where we are important to eat, live, and depend on. So if climate change is bad, it will not to be good for our plantation. For example, when the plants is overheated, it may wither and burn later. If the water level rises, our plants may drown and have a tendency to die.
Can we afford the energy input? Do we have adequate water resources? Yes, of course. We can afford energy input. We have energy supplies and many resources because we know that our country is known for having many rivers or dams that produce energy to produce electricity. Examples of these are the San Roque Dam, Angat Dam, Agusan Dam, Wawa Dam, La Mesa Dam, etc. Water resources of our country, the Philippines, include rainfall, inland freshwater, rivers, lakes, and groundwater, and marine, bay, coastal, and oceanic waters. Overall, there is sufficient water but not enough in highly populated areas, especially during the dry season. In 2021, there was 51.1 self-sufficiency rate of primary energy in the Philippines. How can we improve food security? Prevent food wastage by sharing leftovers from home or restaurants with those who are hungry. Reduce the amount of meat you eat. 40% of the grain crops globally go to feed livestock and fish. If that grain was fed to humans instead of livestock, we could alleviate hunger from 925 million people. The government should adopt a system approach to achieve coherence in its food and nutrition security policies. It should consider the other systems, such as education, social protection, water, and sanitation, and health systems. So there are some ways to improve our food security. First, reduce food waste, reduce the risk of commercializing, improve existing infrastructural programs, improve trade policies, promote diversification, close the yield gap, and work towards defeating climate change.